to tell you a story about something that happened to a good friend and client of mine. Her name is Kimberly. A few months ago, one of her subscribers was listening to a true crime video from YouTube, and she couldn't reach her phone. She was in the shower. It got autoplayed, and then she just kept listening to it in the shower. She wasn't really paying attention at first, but then something caught her ear. The story sounded really, really familiar. Not kind of familiar, but really familiar. This one person, she had been a subscriber of Kimberly's for quite some time, so she had consumed a lot of her content. She listened to this video. She recognized the story, the details, the way that the whole thing unfolded. She had finally reached over when she was done with her shower, and then she looked at her phone. She had auto-played into a channel that she didn't recognize. She realized this channel, this faceless YouTube channel with a male European accent voice.
Today, Case, I want to introduce you to Wendy Ann Twice. She was born on June 25th.
Was telling Kimberly's stories, word for word. She did a little bit of back and forth and confirmed it. So she went straight to Kimberly's Instagram. She DM'd her and she told her. Kimber went to look, and what she found made her heart sink. Someone had been taking her full video transcripts, word for word. It wasn't summarized, it wasn't rewritten, it wasn't even slightly adjusted. They fed them straight into an AI voice generator. The titles and thumbnails were nothing that Kimber would have ever done. Over the top, sensationalized. Kimber pays a lot of attention to give the victims and the people in the story a lot of respect. This channel wasn't doing that. The thumbnails are very AI generated, just not a lot of that care and concern. And the content inside, literally her words, word for word, all her research, all the time, all the energy that she put into those videos, just stolen.
But although she lived a pretty privileged middle-class life, Wendy was always yearning for something more. People close to her described her as a wannabe flower child, essentially a hippie.
Although she lived a pretty privileged middle-class life, Wendy was always yearning for something more. People close to her described her as a wannabe flower child, essentially a hippie.
So here you have an entire YouTube channel whose content is fully stolen from Kimberly's scripts. 80 videos stolen. And the creator behind this stolen channel is making $10,000 a month. This person literally took it so word for word that in one of the videos she heard, Kimberly herself, she was a single mom living in Florida at a point in her life, and she's 42 years old, and she had said something like, oh, as a 42-year-old, I was once a single mom in Florida. This person left that all in. So you have some European guy, male voice, saying, oh, I'm a 42-year-old from Florida, I was a single mom. There's literally no work done at all, other than stealing her script and putting it into an AI voice, and then they did faceless, stock footage, whatever, in the video itself. And in all the comments, there was like, oh my God, you're such an amazing storyteller, this is so good, I can't stop listening. The channel was getting really decent views. People had no idea. At least the people that were commenting, and we have to assume they were real people. We don't even know. But I think they maybe were, because stay tuned, this story gets even crazier. All right, so Kimber filed the copyright claims through YouTube. It took her a bunch of time. It was really annoying. There were 80 videos on this channel. So she needed to go through painstakingly and get all of those videos removed. While she was going through that entire process, which did take her some time, which is annoying, the person behind that channel, obviously they saw what was going on, reached out to Kimber directly. If you don't think this story is already crazy, give it a minute. The person creating this content, his name was David. In the email he sent her, he apologized. And then in that same email, he's like, I got a proposition for ya. I know that I stole your videos. I know I stole them word for word. I didn't tell you. I didn't ask you. I'm making $10,000 a month from your content. How about we go 50-50? How about you let me keep your content on my channel and I'll split the AdSense with you 50-50. What do you think she said? No. Like, F you. She didn't say that, but I'm saying that. I'm like, who are you? You're going to steal my content, you're going to put it on YouTube, don't even ask me, word for word, and you want to go into business with me? Or you want to give me half? No. So she continued that process through YouTube. Finally, the entire channel was removed. This is what we're dealing with on YouTube right now. Not just robots making generic videos about random topics and faceless AI slop. We have David here, and there might be a lot of Davids out there. David was from Russia. People from anywhere in the world stealing real creators, actual words, stories, lives, time, spending 0 hours on content that took somebody else 40 plus hours to put together, collecting thousands of dollars a month from it. And most creators really have no idea this might be happening to them until, in Kimber's case, a subscriber, somebody Kimber doesn't personally know, accidentally stumbles across it. My name is Erika Vieira. I've been producing YouTube channels for almost 10 years. I've worked with over 2,000 women creators across dozens of niches. And what I'm seeing happening on this platform right now with AI is unlike anything that I have ever seen before. Today, I'm going to show you exactly who AI is coming for on YouTube, what the data actually says, and most importantly, who's going to survive this and why? Because the answer might surprise you. Class is in session. So let me give you the big picture first, because the scale of what is happening is important to understand. AI generated content is flooding YouTube right now, and it's not slowing down. It is accelerating. According to a major research report published in late 2025, 21% of the first 500 videos shown to a new YouTube account were AI generated. And according to the study, 33% of that AI generated content was what they thought brain rot. 1/3 of what brand new users see on YouTube right now is that low quality AI generated content. And then we see here that nearly 1 in 10 of the fastest growing YouTube channels right now are showing AI generated content only. So here's what makes this more than just a content quality problem. These AI channels are not just making generic videos. As Kimberly's story shows, they are possibly actively hunting real creators. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Stealing real transcripts, stealing real stories, and using them to build channels that look legitimate at first glance. The formula is simple and it is ruthless. You find a successful creator in a profitable niche. While not everyone's doing what David is doing, the AI YouTube experts out there have a simple formula that they're teaching people. And they're like, do this. It's so easy. Just take a script of a video getting a ton of views, run it through ChatGPT, switch it up a little bit, and boom, now you've got a whole video that you can put on your own channel. And do this at a massive scale. You don't even need to do it. You can hire somebody overseas for $5 an hour to do it for you. You sit back and you collect the royalties. Don't believe me? Check this out.
I'm going to scroll down a little bit and I'm going to find this video right here by TubeBuddy. I am going to want to take this URL right here. I'm going to come over to YouTube transcript. I'm going to type it into here and I can see right here that it literally just gave me the entire transcript. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your competitor's script that we just got. You're going to plug it into this new tool and it's going to rewrite everything about it. Now, my favorite part about this tool is it's literally going to save you hours and hours of work so that you can spend that time doing the things that you actually like and not scripting out YouTube videos. Because personally, I spend 1 to 2 hours every single video that I create scripting out the video. And now I don't have to do that if I use HubSpot's tool.
And the creator whose work was stolen, they probably wouldn't even know. In Kimber's case, the guy didn't even try and change around the script. But for a lot of us, how are we really gonna know? In the case where your content is directly stolen, you gotta fight to get it taken down the cells and hope that YouTube acts fast enough. Now, this is a reality of what is happening on the platform right now. Now, let me talk about another group of AI channels. These are the ones that are not necessarily stealing from real creators. These are the ones that are just pumping out mass-produced generic content at scale. Well, YouTube just made a very loud statement about where they stand with that type of content. And I did do an entire video on that, so you're gonna wanna check that one out next. But earlier this year, YouTube deleted 16 major AI-driven channels in a single enforcement sweep. It was basically over 4.7 billion views worth of AI slop videos. Yay, YouTube. That's great. Okay, we like that. All in all, these channels had, like I said, 4.7 billion views and 35 million subscribers. And the biggest of those channels was a Spanish channel called Cuentos Fascinantes, which, you're gonna wanna hear this, was making $2.6 million a year. Yeah, from a faceless slop YouTube channel. So these channels are making money, or at least some of them are. David was $10,000 a month from Kimber's stolen scripts. So why did YouTube do this? YouTube cited violations around spam, scams, and deceptive practices. The channel was producing content at a mass scale with no real human creative input and was using fake engagement tactics to game the recommendation system. And YouTube was very clear about what this crackdown actually means. They say it's not a war on AI creators, but a move against low-effort automation at scale. But here's what I want you to really understand about these specific deleted channels. They didn't just disappear because YouTube decided to clean house one day. They were always going to end up here. I think they probably knew their days were numbered because they were built on a foundation that was literally never going to last. I think it's just a cash grab, and they're trying to probably make as much money as they possibly can. There's no personality, no person brand, no real human connection, nothing that a viewer could hold on to and actually trust. And when you build a YouTube channel with nothing real underneath it, you are one policy update away from losing everything. This isn't a real business, it's a house of cards. And whoever's behind this Cuentos Fascinantes, they probably have a whole bunch of other channels that they know their days are numbered. But here's a deeper, more nuanced problem that most people are not talking about yet. And this one affects everyone, not just the AI channels, but real creators too. AI tools learn from existing content to generate new content. Scripts, thumbnails, titles, editing styles, all of it gets fed into the machine. AI is basically, it's large language model, it's a pattern recognition. And what happens when that AI generated content becomes a training data for the next generation of AI, everything starts to look the same. Everything looks flat, the nuance disappears, the unique perspectives go away, everything flattens into this giant blob of content that all sounds and looks identical. Nobody's using their own critical thinking anymore. Have you noticed how many YouTube thumbnails look exactly the same right now? Bold text, red arrows, shocked face. I mean, it was already getting bad before AI, but now with all these different tools and people copying each other, it's just getting worse at a speed that's hard to keep up with. It's what I like to call a laziness loop. People see what's working naturally, they use AI to replicate it. The viewers consume it, and then that cycle continues. And original thinking, the thing that actually makes a channel worth watching, starts to get rarer and rarer and rarer. And the reality is, as Kimberlea's story shows, is that a lot of the content that AI is recycling isn't just generic, it's your content. Your ideas, your frameworks, your personal stories. The more original and valuable your content is, it becomes as a target, which means that the creators who are doing the best work are also the ones most at risk of having that work stolen and recycled. So, is Kimberlea gonna quit? No, nobody can replicate Kimber. Nobody can do what she can do. For creators like Kimberlea, people like yourself, people that are out there making original content, this is it. This is just the world that we live in. And that we have to continue being creative and continue using our own critical thinking to bring our own unique selves to this platform. That's why in my programs and when I work with people, I always start with your YouTube brand blueprint, which is that magic that makes you different, makes you stand out, those experiences that only you can talk about. And the more you continue leaning into that, the more you're able to stand out, because you'll be the first one to come up with videos of your own ideas. And if someone's gonna copy you, then it is what it is. In the case of Kimber, I hope that YouTube starts to create more and more tools that can catch this. Like where somebody is going to just blatantly steal the script. If that's the case, what do you think is going to happen? I don't think many people are going to just like blatantly steal a script. They're going to rework it and all that. Your goal always here on YouTube is to lean into what makes you human, what makes you you. It's not people necessarily that are the biggest channels or the most polished production, not even the most consistent uploaders. So I'm going to show you examples of what this looks like. I have a client named Tracy Campoli. Her channel is all about anti-aging, menopause, and what it actually feels like to be a woman going through that season of life. Can AI make a video about menopause? Sure, it can list every symptom, every supplement, and go to ChatGPT and be like, give me the 10 most common menopause symptoms. Every study ever published on the topic, but can AI tell you exactly what it feels like to wake up at 3 a.m. in night sweats, not recognize your body anymore? Can it share the emotional weight of watching yourself change and figuring out how to love yourself through it? No, it can't. We know that because it has never felt anything. But Tracy has, and her audience knows it. They feel it through the screen. That's why they trust her. That's why they buy from her. That's why she went from being stuck at 200,000 subscribers for 14 years. And then, after her and I worked together, added 100,000 new subscribers in less than a year. We unlocked brand deals, affiliate income, and record AdSense by leaning into this side of her and leaning into this topic of menopause and anti-aging during your menopause years. So what changed? She got more intentional about leaning into her real human experience. The more human that she got, the more that she grew. Now, let me tell you about one of my clients, Katie Ferraro. She's a registered dietitian and the mother of 7 children. She teaches baby-led weaning, which is a practice on how to introduce solids to babies. Can AI explain what baby-led weaning is? Yeah. It can read every study on it, every article, every research paper, every anecdote. It can go through Reddit and seeing like what the most popular things that people are saying about it. But can AI tell you what it's like to sit across from a terrified first mom whose baby is gagging on a piece of food and talk her through it with the calm of someone who's done this with her own 7 children and thousands of other families? No, it can't, because it's never sat in that room across from a parent that's terrified of their child that's gagging when trying its first foods. But Katie has, and her now 40-something thousand YouTube subscribers are making her more money than her 500,000 plus followers on Instagram, because the depth of trust she has built is something that no AI can manufacture. Then there's Emily Dow. Her channel is called Natural Injector. Emily is a physician assistant who does Botox and fillers. She talks about what's new, what she's actually using on her own face, and what she's using on her patients' faces every single day. Can AI tell you who's a good candidate for filler versus sculpture? Yeah, I can probably give you a perfectly accurate clinical answer. But can it show you what it actually looks like with a real injector when real hands treat a real human face? Can it share the nuance of what she notices after injecting thousands of faces? The subtle things that only come from years and years of hands-on experience. No, it can't, because it's never held a syringe. Emily has. She does it every day. And that irreplaceable human experience is exactly what her audience comes back for every single time. And then we have other creators like Anna Reed, Sophia Sees Beauty. Anna's a fashion YouTuber who tries clothes on her actual body. She feels them. She shares how things fit, how they feel, how she personally experiences getting dressed as a real woman with a real body. She's not a mannequin. She's not a stock image. It's her. Sophia does the same thing with makeup. She applies products to a real human face, her own. And her audience has watched her do it long enough that they genuinely know her. They trust her. They like her. They buy what she recommends because they feel like she's a friend who would never steer them wrong. Did you know that 87% of YouTube viewers have bought something after seeing it recommended on YouTube? That conversion happens because of trust. And trust is built by real humans showing up as real humans consistently over time. AI can give people information. It always could, but cannot give people the feeling of being understood by someone who has actually lived what they're going through. That feeling, that human connection, is the most valuable thing on YouTube right now. And it's only going to get more valuable from here. Now, going back to my story at the beginning of this video, think about what David, the person who stole Kimberly's content, actually said in his letter to her. He told her that he found that her content was so great that his entire team was surprised by the depth of it. He literally admired the trust and connection she had built with her audience so much that he tried to steal it. Well, he probably just wanted to make a quick buck from it, which he did. But here's what he could never steal: her connection with her audience. The trust that she's built over years of doing this. The trust that she's built with her audience that knows that she's coming from a place of respect for the victims. And she handles them with care. That relationship she's built with her 500,000 subscribers who know her, not a voice, not an avatar, not a stolen script, that relationship is priceless. That's the relationship that Kimberly has. She's at an advantage that she started years ago because she's able to build up that trust. That trust is everything right now. I truly believe that we have time right now. You have some time to get onto YouTube, but you better do it fast. Like seriously, if you're on the sidelines and you've been thinking about getting onto YouTube, I would not wait. There are many people out there, myself included, who talk about how YouTube is probably one of the best platforms out there right now for any kind of content. Lover or hater, Kim Kardashian herself says something interesting in, I think, one of her masterclasses. I saw somebody share it on Instagram.
You don't have time for social media? Don't start a brand then. I just don't know how you can launch a brand in today's world without having social media. I don't know how you get that message out there.
Now, taking it a step further, I believe that if you are going to be creating content, you need to be on YouTube. For so many reasons I'm not going to get into in this video. I have another video where I talk about it. You should check out that video next. But the time is really now. You need to establish that trust now. Kimberly is gonna be fine. She's established that trust for years. Even though her content might get stolen left and right, people are still going to want the original. They want her because she's given them her all over the last, I don't know, she's been on YouTube forever. Now's the time to build that trust. Now is the time to bring your best self to YouTube and to start building that audience, because AI is just getting more and more prevalent. So the sooner you establish that trust with your audience, the sooner you're able to build a community, the sooner you're able to build that credibility on YouTube through views, through a community, the better off your content will be and the better off your business will be if this is going to be part of your business plan. AI avatars are getting better every single month. The tools that create realistic human videos are becoming cheaper and more accessible every single week. We have already crossed moments in this technology where what is real and what is generated are becoming genuinely hard to tell apart. I also did a video on that, so I'm going to link that as well. There will come a point, and it is not as far away as you think, where viewers will not be able to trust their own eyes, where clicking on a YouTube video will come with a thought of, is this a real person or not? When the default assumption shifts from this is real to
I'm not sure if this is real. When that moment arrives, and it's coming, the creators who've already established themselves will have something that no new AI channel can buy or fake. A history, a relationship, a community of people that already know them. They have a back catalog of content from before AI was there. And people can go back and see, oh yeah, that's a real person. The viewers who have been watching Tracy talk about menopause for 2 years are not going to suddenly wonder if she's real. They already know that she is. There's history of her being real. They've grown with her. They've commented on her videos. They bought her recommendations. She is real to them. That is the moat. And the only way to build that moat is to start right now, before the confusion sets in with the masses, with the gen pop. Before the platform gets so flooded with AI content that new viewers don't know who to trust anymore. I've been coaching women on YouTube for almost 10 years, and I've never said what I'm about to say with so much urgency. The time to start is not next month. It's not after you get your lighting set up or your niche perfectly figured out or even your first 10 videos planned out. It is now. Because the creators who establish themselves as real, trusted, human voices on this platform in the next 6 to 12 months are going to be in a completely different position than the ones who wait. Not because YouTube will be gone. YouTube isn't going anywhere. But because the window of trust, the window of showing up as a real human being is enough to stand out, I think that window is going to be closing. And you want to be on the other side of it before it does. Will there always be place for humanity and people to come in and be brand new and say, hey, look at me? Yes. Yes, that opportunity for YouTube is going to continue to be there. However, I think it's going to be harder. You're going to have to really establish that trust. And why not get started now so that you have an entire catalog of videos where AI isn't the norm yet, where most people know that you are human. Why not get started on that right now? Well, I hope this was helpful for you. I don't have an answer for you on this AI topic. I just like to bring up my thoughts, bring up what I'm seeing, and get your perspective on it. What do you think about all this? What do you think about some of the changes? I could be wrong. Maybe this window isn't closing. Maybe people are going to get so sick of the slop before it even gets really big that nobody's going to do it anymore. But as long as people can make money from this, that slop is going to be out there. And as long as YouTube continues to allow these types of videos and channels to exist, I think there's an issue, the fact that YouTube wasn't flagged when the exact same script was used on another channel. A few things are gonna happen. YouTube is gonna get more strict. YouTube has talked about that, which is great. Hopefully there'll be more tools in place. I know that YouTube has some kind of identification system out there, so that's probably all part of it. There'll probably be a point where we're all gonna have to use that identification system so that people don't use our own likeness in other videos. That's scary as well. I think maybe they'll get a point where there's so much slop out there, people don't care about that stuff, no one's gonna watch it, and then it's not gonna make money. But as long as that type of content continues making money, people are going to continue doing it. As long as YouTube isn't like cracking down on it super, super hard, except for some of those really big channels I talked about, it's going to be out there. So anyways, let me know your thoughts below. And if you want to build a YouTube channel that AI can't touch, one that's built on your unique perspective, your real stories, and a strategy that actually works, I'm hosting a free live class where I break down my complete YouTube brand blueprint, the same strategy I use with my 6- and 7-figure clients. So make sure you check out that live class. It's a live class. It's actually me, no AI. And I also have my YouTube bootcamp, so I'll put the link for that below if you are looking for a group coaching program specifically for women, where we lean into who you are, your unique perspective, your unique skills, and we amplify that to grow your presence on YouTube. Make sure you check out this video right here where I talk about some of the things that YouTube is doing to crack down on these AI channels. Until next time, keep shining, keep creating, and most importantly, keep being you. Mwah.